All right, welcome to looking at and identifying root causes to those priority performance challenges. There are a number of protocols that teams can use to identify root causes, and linked on the site, there's also a guidance document from CDE to look at and list possible root causes. I wanted to just quickly just highlight in a very high level overview kind of what a good process could look like if you uh, have identified a priority performance challenge for your school. Let's say, for example, the number of students that are well below math and grade level expectations in math is creeping up. Maybe let's say it's in the 30%, and you're looking at that going, wow, that's a priority performance challenge for us. Now we want to dig into what is causing that. And this is a great work for leadership teams or your implementation teams, maybe your math team, getting your SAC involved, really digging into the root cause. And here's a sample protocol that you can use to target the right things. The root causes will end up being very critical in the planning process because they will direct you in terms of what major improvement strategies are going to use to actually mitigate and improve that priority performance challenge. If you discover that it's a curricular issue, root cause, then your solution is going to be curricular. If it's more instructional or more behavioral, then it's going to just direct the path towards what's going on. So here's a protocol for uncovering those primary root causes. And if you've seen it, it's the fishbone diagram. And in this example, on this slide, priority performance challenge, let's say the meet or exceeds proficiency level in math is at 40%. And so those are kids that are meeting or exceeding the standard is at 40%, and we'd like that to be in the 60s. And so what we do is we pose this question to the team. Why is it not in the 60s? And we have them identify, kind of think about why it's not at this target level for us. As a leader, what will help this thinking is if you set up some categories for people to think about beforehand. And so you can see I have a number of categories here, from curriculum and instruction to our intervention systems, all the way down to our schedule, staffing, teacher development. And so the idea here is, as the group is wondering this question, they just take a sticky note and they write an idea that they have for why, and they start interacting with this question. They're going to post them all up there. This is the first part is individual. It's not talking through it. It's just getting as many ideas as you can. We call that brainstorming. And the idea is at the end of this, you're going to have a lot of root causes underneath each one of these branches. And then once you feel like, okay, we've brainstormed long enough, then you move on to the next stage. And that is where you just have a whole group discussion and further discussion. So, you can think of some guiding questions to get to the groups, but some good ones to have them kind of start with are looking at trends and commonalities that they see. They're starting to synthesize what they're looking at. Are there ideas that need further development? And then how might we dig deeper into some of these ideas if they're more generally thought about? And so as the discussion's happening, what you're probably going to hear as a leader is some of these root causes kind of rise to the top. People are going to start prioritizing a little bit. And so what's nice about adding the categories yourself is you're kind of ensuring that people aren't fixating on things that are outside their control. But ideally, if there's any kind of root cause that we don't really control, we don't want to focus on that for too long. We just want to focus on the things that our building can influence and control. The third step is just prioritizing. And there's lots of different ways to do this. You could have people create a list of their top 3. You could have them just vote on which one they would, they think is the biggest one or the top, and just kind of count the tally votes. And there's lots of different kind of ways in which you can ask people to prioritize. But remind people that we're looking for root causes at this stage, and that there's a couple rules of thought with roots, and they've got to really think through it, that if the problem wouldn't have occurred if the cause had not been present, or the problem would not have reoccurred if the cause were corrected or dissolved. Those are some kind of guiding criteria for, is this really a root cause to this problem? And starting to dig down on, real roots of the issue. And so there's a real quick root cause analysis protocol to help you and your teams kind of navigate what might be going on and what might be causing that priority challenge in your school. Thanks for watching.